Hello everybody, this is Becky from EarthSpirit, and we are getting ready to begin our autumn equinox celebration. So right now you're just looking at our fire. I'm going to hand the phone over to Patrick, and he is going to record our celebration. Feel free to join in by repeating and all of the fun things that we do. I'm going to try and be loud enough to be heard.
I have to hold it upright.
However it works best. Okay, and if you're participating at home, you will need paper and a pen or a pencil. You can light candles if you want, or burn incense, or whatever feels right to you. We have already begun by lighting our fire and saging everybody and getting settled in. And as you can see, we just have a very small group here. This is our quarantine pod. These are the people that we have been quarantined with since the beginning. So all of us have been exposed to each other all along. Okay. So good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to see some smiling faces. We've also got a puppy hiding under the blanket. So we have puppy in ritual today too. Wonderful to see smiling faces, some live and in person. Once again, we're at the turning of the wheel, and it feels like we're in a constant state of change in our lives, in our country, in the world right now. Once again, we recognize this time of balance, when we hover between light and darkness, summer and winter. While our world and sometimes our lives are in chaos, it's important to pause, to breathe, and to recognize that we too are changing every minute of every day. Today we will focus on recognizing the changes that are happening to us, the growth we're experiencing, and the new things we're learning. Before we do anything, I'm going to put a little more wood on the fire so it doesn't go out mid-ritual. And try not to have my little robe get caught on fire while we're at it. That's okay. EJ, if you see it start to go down, you can add more. Thank you. Okay. We are going to call the quarters. We honor the changing of the seasons, the sun, the moon, the earth, and all of its elements. And in this, we look to each of the cardinal directions and honor the elements binding our world together. If you want to participate, when I say hail and welcome, you just repeat, hail and welcome. So first we're going to face north, and for us, north is that way. And you guys can stand or stay seated. It's entirely up to you. While we are facing north and focused on earth, I want to take a moment to ground ourselves. Do you guys know how to ground yourselves? Okay.
I'm going to turn to try to get a better angle of it. Except the sun glare is really bad.
Wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Anybody who's watching who does not know how to ground yourself, you can imagine yourself standing strong like a tall tree, and that your feet are the roots of the tree going deep into the earth. And your hands, you can raise them up to the sky and feel the breeze and the air against the branches, against your arms, and imagine your energy going deep, deep down into the earth, and you grounding yourself.
I'm going to stand the other way.
Okay. And you grounding yourself so that you can feel strong and sturdy and part of the earth. Hail to the north and earth. Let your strong land uphold us, bringing strength, stillness, stability, and grounding. Spirit of the north, dominion of mother and grounding, be with us today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
We're going to turn that way and get east. Walk around with you. I'll get east from over here. While we are facing east and focused on the air, let's pause and breathe for a moment. Would everybody just take this opportunity to take 3 slow, deep breaths? We are standing outside in the yard in Shoemakersville, Pennsylvania, and the breeze is blowing and it just feels wonderful. Hail to the east and to the air. Let your cool winds blow through us, bringing us the wisdom and knowledge of our ancestors. Spirit of the east, dominion of invention and shadow, be with us today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Okay. Face south, and I'm going to walk around just so that I'm getting a whole circle in. Walk right in between you and the other chair. Face the fire. While we're facing south and focused on fire, I want us to recognize the fire deep within us, that which gives us hope. Take just a moment and visualize a flame, even one the size of a birthday candle. In your mind, name that light for something that you are hoping and praying for. Imagine the light growing to the size of a taper, a torch, even the size of the bonfire here. Give yourself permission to hope and for the light inside you to grow with that flame. Hail to the south and fire. Let your bright fires burn through us, bringing the will and strength of purpose. Spirit of the south, dominion of feeling and change, be with us today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Turn page. Face west. West is that way. While we're facing west and focused on water, let's take a moment to rebuild our personal shields, to better protect ourselves from the unrest and chaos that can unsettle us. And if you've never built a personal shield, I want you to think about like a bubble, like a soap bubble like you blow when you're little. And I want you to imagine that you have a tiny little bubble in your hand. And if you can look at that soap bubble and visualize it being filled with whatever color makes you happy, whatever color makes you feel safe and at home. And fill that bubble with whatever color that is. And as you're focusing on it, just imagine it getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until it's big enough that you can actually step inside it. And that's your shield. And we can make those shields as big or as small as we want. We can make them big enough to support us and our children, or us and our chosen family, us and our house. We can make them big enough to support the world if we wanted to. So think about your personal shield and surround yourself in that bubble and just help yourself feel supported in this. Hail to the west and water. Let your cleansing river flow through us, bringing us the empathy to better understand all things great and small. Spirit of the west, dominion of intuition and healing, be with us today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Back over here. We are going to create a circle. Circles are magical in some ways. The earth goes around in a circle, somewhat. The seasons too, the wheel of the year, day and night. We begin with a circle, bringing each other close together, taking care of each other. So what I'm going to ask you to do, instead of all of us touching each other today, we are going to create a circle in our heart. So I want you to take your hand, put your hand on your heart, and just repeat after me. Soul to soul,
Soul.
and heart to heart,
And heart to heart.
the circle is cast.
Circle is cast.
Thank you. And from me to you and back again, the circle is cast. The circle is cast, and blessed be. In our world, there are as many names for deity as there are images. It is male and female, and sometimes everything and nothing all at the same time. God is the brightest star in a clear night sky, and God is the night. Goddess is both the sun shining in winter and the melting snow. God is the river and the otter, the oak and the soaring eagle. Goddess is the diamond with 1,000 facets and every brilliant facet. God is the notes sung by the soprano and the voice of the singer. Goddess is in the drummer's beat and the pounding of our hearts and the earth beneath our feet. Goddess is woman, maiden, mother, and crone, different faces of the goddess we call. God is man, the stag, the father and creator, the God of the harvest. We call them by many names. I call God and Goddess of all names and with no name. On this beautiful, blessed evening, I call God as one and all. God and Goddess, by all the names you are called and answered, by all the faces you wear, come to us today, wrap us all in your love. Join us in circle, if you will, and celebrate with us.
In the autumnal equinox, we're in a time of harvest. Our world is experiencing big changes, and we too are changing. As we hope to harvest new beginnings in our lives, we have to let go of all the things that are not serving us. So I want you to think of whatever things you are ready to let go of. Are those things physical, emotional, spiritual, all of the above? Are they words other people used for you that don't quite describe you? Are they bad habits that are weighing you down that you're just ready to let go of? Thoughts about yourself or others that are hurting more than they're helping. Whatever it is that you'd like to let go of, I want you to allow that thought to come into your mind right now. And when you're ready, I'm going to give you a piece of paper and a pen and ask you to write it down. Okay? And if you are playing along at home, you can get a piece of paper and a pen and write that item down also. And I have pens and I have paper. And when you're ready, just reach out and I'll give you one. There you go. And if your pen doesn't work, just yell and I'll give you a better one. So I just grabbed my whole pile. See if that works. Patrick, are you going to write one down too?
I won't be able to.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I need a... I got blue.
Oh, I love your desk. It's awesome. And apparently that paper is not one. We don't want to litter, so we have to. When you're ready to let go of whatever the thing is that you wrote down, I invite you, first of all, I got, because we don't need to see that, right? I invite you to toss it into the fire. You can say goodbye to it right here and now. If you feel safe doing so, you can share with us what it is that you want to get rid of. If you want to keep it to yourself, that's totally okay too. If you're at home and you don't have a fire nearby, I know not everybody has a fire nearby, you could tear up your paper, crumble it up and throw it in the garbage. You could even write it on toilet paper and flush it down the toilet if you wanted to. Whatever feels most meaningful to you. What's most important, whether you're here or at home, is that you let go of whatever the stuff is
that's not helping you right now. And this is what's not helping me right now. It's self-doubt. That one creeps in my head and fights with me. So I'm going to let go of it and throw it in the fire, along with all the words that go with it.
Is it okay to have more than one thing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
Need more paper?
You
You
need
can
a
let
tablet.
go of whatever you want to let
I
go
need
of.
a tablet.
I could give you a tablet.
No, that's okay.
And whenever you guys are ready, you can throw it in there. You can share it or not share it. It's totally up to you.
I'm going to share mine. Fear, hatred toward Trump and his followers, scarcity, especially regarding money, feeling overwhelmed, and exhaustion.
It's good to get rid of those. Let's let them go. We do not need them. They are not helping.
They're not serving me well.
No. Mine is already toast in there. Look at that.
Oh yeah, mine just went away.
It's gone. Poof. See that? Magic is real.
I'm ready to let go of pain, fear, exhaustion, bitterness, and hatred, also regretting not standing firm.
I love you, girl. I really do. It'll be in there. Don't worry. Fire will just eat that baby right up. Ah, I love it. I love seeing those things that we don't need anymore just going away. We don't need them anymore.
It's hard to put those back together right now.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have no use for those things. And they're gone. They're just ash right now. And for those of you who are watching this, I will tell you what I do with this ash when we're all done with these, like tomorrow when everything's cool, is I sift through this and I get rid of anything that isn't biodegradable. Like sometimes we have nails in there because I use recycled wood from a pallet place up the street. So I sift out anything that isn't biodegradable, and then the ashes go in my big bucket of ashes, and then they wind up going into my compost or into my garden. So all of the things that we were ready to let go of, they're going to be used as fuel to build something new, something that can nourish us, which is pretty cool. I'm sorry, we're smoking you out, Billy. Okay, we're going to bless the food we've gathered, and if you're at home, if you do not have the food you're planning to eat tonight for dinner or dessert or snacks or whatever nearby, I want you to take a minute and go grab whatever it is you're going to nosh on later. This is all the yummy stuff we're going to eat later. We stuck it up here on our altar. You can see there's chocolate, veggies, and iced tea, and Chinese food, and whatever else. Okay. So we make an offering and we give thanks to deity and the elements of earth, air, fire, and water for this day and all we've been given. God and Goddess in all the names you answer to, in all the brilliant facets you are, thank you for these gifts of food and drink and for the loved ones standing and sitting in circle today. May you never hunger or thirst. And may all of our food be blessed and nourish us in all the ways that we need. Okay, we're going to release the quarters. All right, west. Had to think for a moment which direction was west again. Hail to the west and water. We thank you for attending our circle and for your gift of empathy. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail and farewell.
Farewell.
Okay. South. Hail to the south and fire. We thank you for attending our circle and for your gifts of will and strength of purpose. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Hail to the east and air. We thank you for attending our circle and for your gifts of knowledge and wisdom. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
And hail to the north and earth. We thank you for attending our circle and for your gifts of strength, stillness, grounding, and stability. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Okay. We will open the circle, ending our ceremony the same way that we began. When we end tonight, when we let go of each other, I hope that we may leave as neighbors and as family. The people that you see here, they are my family, but I want all of you to be my family too. Please put your hand on your heart and repeat, soul to soul,
Soul to soul,
and heart to heart.
and heart to heart.
The circle is open.
The circle is open.
Thank you. From me to you and back again, the circle is open. May it never be broken. And now let the feasting begin. So feel free to munch on whatever you are having at home. And we're going to celebrate together with all the fun stuff we all brought for ourselves. But let's all celebrate together soon as one family. To all my friends, blessed autumn equinox. Blessings to you and your family.